Several weeks ago, JHS lost one of its beloved teachers, Mrs. Daniel. Mrs. Daniel was an art teacher for years. Alyssa Beasley had a chance to talk to several of her former students who grew up to follow in her footsteps and become teachers.
I actually had Miss Daniels when I went to Joplin High School. I had her my senior year as an art teacher, and it was just, I think it was 3D art survey, and I just really enjoyed her class.
I got to take a tour of the art classes, and I remember going and looking at the different art classes at the mall and meeting her and seeing her students in her classroom.
So I met Mrs. Daniel in 2001 because I was her student teacher, actually at North Middle School as I was finishing up college, and so she was my cooperating teacher, and so that was my first experience and the first time I got to learn a lot from her.
I just remember her personality as a teacher, just being somebody who was very caring and who just really enjoyed the subject of art and just really was passionate about that. She was just somebody who was always really caring. I just remember anytime that I wasn't feeling really good, or if I had something big, an event coming up in my life personally, she was always one to make sure and check on me. So whenever I found out I actually got hired here, and I met with the art department for the first time, meeting her and just being like, hey, I'm gonna actually get to work with you, was something like a full circle moment for me. I was able to, be teaching right along with one of the teachers that had a good influence on, why I was passionate about art. So I think that was something that was really special. And I remember my first day teaching. I was going to start at the 910 campus, and she still taught at the 11th and 12th campus, so it was over at the mall, and she made a special trip all the way over to the Memorial campus and brought me flowers for my first day teaching. And I just remember her bringing me flowers and a card and just saying, like, I hope you have a great first day, and you're going to do great. And
she was a really big help for me in developing a lot of my curriculum with my fibers class. It used to be a fibers and metals class, and so she used to teach that class herself, and so she was always giving me a lot of wisdom, a lot of advice, and now I kind of wish that I could have asked her more questions. And I remember they were painting boxes to load up all their art supplies because they were moving to the new building and stuff, and I just thought that was really cool. But she was always somebody that I could go to talk to and just kind of vent sometimes. You always got to have that person that you kind of vent to, and she was really good at doing that.
I learned a lot from Mrs. Daniel over the years, and it's not just how to be a teacher or how to be an art teacher. I remember her saying that this was the best room she'd had for her whole career, best art room she'd had, and once we got to this building. So it was cool just experiencing all of that with her. She was like, we should have celebrations, and when someone's getting, one of the teachers in the hallway is getting married, or is having a baby, or is moving away, we should have a party or something. So she kind of was the spark that got us doing that, and or just having teacher lunches, potlucks every once in a while, just to kind of keep a sense of community in our hallway since it's such a big school. The thing that I'll remember the most is just to keep our eyes on the big picture and what's really important, that it's not just about assignments, it's not just about projects, it's about, real relationships with students, and just trying to help them, make it through these years.
She'll be truly missed. Thank you, Alyssa.